Demand for hygiene and disinfection services has been on the uptick since the COVID-19 pandemic started. For firms like SureClean, staff are constantly deployed to deep clean offices, homes, and education centers.
Because most people are at home, the demand for residential service actually went up. Because most people are working, they may not have the time to actually do cleaning in their house. They may not even have a helper at home. Therefore, they engage a third-party vendor like us.
SureClean credits its cleaners as among the reasons clients keep coming back. And the firm makes sure they are paid above industry standards.
All of our hygiene partners are paid 20 to 30% higher than the progressive wage model guidelines for the cleaning industry. The guideline is 1,275 for the progressive wage model itself, all the way to about 1,007. NEA has actually came out with a plan to go all the way to 2029, and the salary will just keep on increasing. I would say about 8-9% year on year.
Staff go through several training programs to upskill so they can rise from being a basic hygiene partner to operations executive.
Having a progressive wage model definitely does add to business costs, but we do see lesser staff turnover as they are happy. Better retention and lower staff turnover also translate into savings, right? In terms of recruiting costs.
The progressive wage model has been a requirement for the cleaning sector since 2014. Since that year, the scheme has covered 28,000 workers in the cleaning, security, landscape, and lift and escalator maintenance sectors. They account for 10% of the 283,000 lower wage workers earning slightly above $2,000 a month in 2020.
New jobs.
At this year's National Day rally speech, Prime Minister Lee Hsien Loong said the government accepted the recommendations from a tripartite work group to further boost the well-being of lower wage workers.
We'll cover more sectors, starting with retail next year and later food services and waste management. We'll also cover specific occupations across all sectors simultaneously, starting with administrative assistants and drivers.
The expansion of the progressive wage models to other sectors will cover 82% of full-time lower wage workers. On top of that, Singapore will also tighten the local qualifying salary requirements for firms that hire foreign workers. Industry players welcome the move to support lower wage earners, but warn that it could pose challenges for some businesses.
When industry continue to evolve, grow and progress, there's always the case whereby the weakest link of industry will fall out. If you do not run hard and fast enough and competitive enough, you will be weeded out.
When you look at COVID-19 and the effects that it has unleashed, companies really will have to bite the bullet, but companies can also benefit, right? So we're looking at wage increments which are packed to a more skilled workforce, more productivity.
Still, rising salary costs and the tightening of the local salary qualification could result in a change of business location for some.
What we're looking at really is that sustainable balance between locals and foreigners. It may mean, that some of these SMEs, or companies may have to exit, the domestic market, right? Because the wage bill perhaps becomes a bit too much for them to bear.
But venturing outside Singapore may not be such a bad thing, some say.
Businesses should really sometimes take a step back and look at their product offering, look at how they can do better, look at how they can digitalize. They should also focus a little more on strategy. They should focus about how they can regionalize and capture a bigger market share.
As more firms align to the move to uplift lower wage workers, experts say a shift in price perception will need to take place.
It's not just the consumers that have to pay a higher price. We hope that large companies that are doing procurement as well would increasingly focus on value and quality instead of focus on the cheapest cheapest price. And that's really, really important because cheapest price is a vicious cycle for both the business and also for the workforce.
For Sure Clean, pricing its cleaning services at slightly above premium has helped it sustain the salary increase for its staff.
It may be slightly difficult, but since it's going to be the new norm moving forward to Singapore, it will be of choice to move towards that direction with the whole industry. So we would rather be the leader in this progressive wage model itself than a lagger.